Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Toku Portal podcast for Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. I am Vashi V, and joining me today is.
Right. And if my fan's too loud for you, blame Vashi. He told me he couldn't hear
And I have headset and I can't hear anything, so.
it. Oh, uh, ignore that. uh, Forgot to mute it. But yeah, if you don't know, I keep the episode up on my other screen so that I can view through it as we talk. Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, episode 11. What?
uh, again, like, these are the episodes that are just fun. Like, and these were, like, the type of episodes that I really enjoyed for, like, Kira Major and stuff like that, where they're just like, what the hell is with this monster's plan?
So,
However, in fairness, this monster's plan was genius, and um, Big Boss Man's wife fucked up. I'm 100% blaming the big boss.
yeah, if he hadn't told him to go down and keep fighting, like.
Yeah, no, because otherwise, plan goes off without a hitch.
But yeah. This monster is forcing everyone to play Onigoko. If you don't know what that is, it's basically tag, but you don't transfer being it to the next person. Like, they join you. They are now on your side.
Right. Like, and honestly, how have I not ever played tag like that before?
Different cultures, man.
I know, like that tag just seems awesome. Like, honest and truly, it just seems awesome.
Okay, this isn't loading for me. So I might have to just remember what happened when I watched the episode yesterday.
Uh, well, we get the standard chance meeting.
All right, here we go. I got it. So yeah, they meet.
Flint.
His name is Katana. That's what they're subbing it as.
Yeah, because it's Riki and Katana.
Yeah, I said Katana, and you told me no, it was something else.
Yeah, because that's what Toei said it was.
What did? Oh yeah, it's the part of the podcast everyone loves when we look shit up.
No, I don't want the Kamen Rider wiki.
It's okay. Kataner,
Yeah, Cutner.
Ricky and Kataner.
Which was supposed to be a play on Katana.
Why?
Because you have Cho Riki, which that one directly ties into Oranger. That was the name of their ability power bullshit that made them Orangers. And then Samurai's cut things.
Why?
It was
Wait,
designed.
why?
It was designed for a pun.
Why?
To be fair, Toei.
Yeah, just in general, Toei, why?
Toei loves their puns
Oh.
more so than they need to. Way more than they should.
So I'm still just gonna call them Katana and Ricky.
Yeah,
Riki.
yeah, I will too.
Sorry, not Ricky, Riki. As in
Yeah.
Cho Riki Sentai. O Ranger.
Yes.
Oh. I it, here's the reason why I hate the puns in this show. It's because they're inconsistent with anything else in the show.
Well, yeah, that's always been the case.
Yeah, and it bothers me.
I will give them credit over
What's
like the past few years. There've been some really good ones.
what's Parado's rider name?
Parody X, Paradox. Yeah,
It should just be Paradox.
yeah. Well, you get why it's DX, right?
I don't care though.
That's all they did is they took Paradox and just made it gamer.
Yeah, and paramedic,
Yeah,
cause doctors.
yeah. So they literally just pun Doctor Gamer again.
Anyways, uh, so uh, I wasn't entirely clear on what Katana and Riki's characters were until we get their backstory, and you find out, oh, they were 12.
Right. They were 12 and want to be like,
They want to be like
you know,
their cool older
tough.
brother that knows how to kick ass.
Like they were characters like if I wouldn't have looked up and realized that these were actually supposed to be real people, I wouldn't have cared about their personality. Tried to figure out their personalities beyond you're just a device to help with powers. Like, but no, they went and gave them full on tragic backstories, which basically sums up as they're dumb kids.
In fact, let me bring up their actors here because we see their human forms in a flashback. Um, so, Katana is his actor is Ryota Suzuki. Let's see here, born 1998. Wait, that's 23 years old. Wait, is that? Oh,
Mm,
wait, that's the voice
that's the
actor.
voice
That's
actor.
the voice actor. Wrong one. Uh, yeah, that's the voice actor. Who do they just not have?
Do, do, do.
I don't think we know who actually played their kid forms.
Yeah, that's not. I'm not seeing anything listed.
Okay, never mind then. I was gonna go off of that to give them like actual ages, but never mind. Uh, what was I? Oh, right. So they're kids, and they're brothers. So you do the math. They're always fighting.
Right. Over dumb shit.
uh, this week, they are fighting over their favorite snacks. And Kaito tries to step in and be like, you can both just get your own favorite snacks separately. But no, they don't listen to him. They have to argue about which snacks are better.
Is fair.
Meanwhile, older sister Flint, I finally learned her name, uh, comes in and just gets her favorite snack.
um, and basically just leaves them to do.
Right, Kaido tries, like, being like, you're their older sister, shouldn't you do something? She's like, this is how they play. uh, and then the monster appears, and the brothers are like, you know what? Whoever beats him first is right. But it turns out it's a game of tag, so tag, you're it.
um. Also, I have a question for you, and it's the first question of the episode.
What's up?
What are the difference between the eggs?
Oh, white eggs and brown eggs.
Yes, because
Uh,
I'm 36 and I have no fucking idea.
so I don't know the technical difference, but literally like white chickens versus brown chickens. I don't know if there's any kind of like chemical difference, like consistency or like texture when you cook them or anything like that, or if like the shells are like a different hardness or something. But like that's pretty much all it boils down to is that they are literally just different colors. It might get more technical than that, but I don't think it really matters that much in the long run.
Like that was a question that irritated me because I was waiting for the answer, and then, of course Kaito didn't fucking know.
Why would
So I
he?
was like, he doesn't know anything.
You
And I was
go to the
like,
store, you buy
oh.
eggs.
I mean, yeah, that's all I've ever done. So it's like, and I like the fact that it was Room's the one who asked,
Because he's the
even
curious one.
even though this is something that obviously holds no bearing on the episode in any fashion. It was just this is how we set up them being right next to Flint and them.
They're just having a normal conversation when
Right. It's like
suddenly the monster attacks.
because that like it always does.
Like, you establish the sense of normalcy so that you can, you know, really play up how messed up it is when all the weird shit happens.
Boy, does weird
So,
shit happen in this
so
show.
like, here, you have them just doing a normal everyday shopping trip, having normal everyday conversations, when suddenly monster out of nowhere, and it's like, alright, time for action. And suddenly you're spending the entire episode running away from everyone.
Uh, so I have to ask because we've covered the whole theme of this episode already. Which game was better, Tag or Red Light Green Light? Or I'm sorry, Red Light Yodam Light.
So that comes down to what you define to be better. In terms of watching them play the game, this one, the game of Onigoko, is better because you're spending almost the entire episode watching them play Onigoko, with just a couple of breaks for plot points.
Right.
Whereas the game of Red Light Yodam Light,
That was broken up between because not everybody was playing it.
and that was focused more on character development and the siblings reconnecting with each other. But also, Mabushina totally owned that game.
Yes, she did. I swear to God, if Red Rover ends up in next season, I'm gonna be pissed.
So, in terms of character development, I would say that episode was better. Not that this one was bad, this was really good, but this one focused more on the game aspect. And in that regard, it was better.
And again, if it's Red Rover next season, I'm gonna be a little pissed.
Oh, do they even have that in Japan?
I don't know.
I
I don't think they would, considering that that was a whole game that was based out of the play.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, would that even make sense?
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they have some sort of variation of it, because I mean, they have a variation of Tag.
There's actually quite a few different theories on where Red Rover originated from, assuming that this website isn't
Is
full of
accurate,
shit.
right?
Um, let's see here.
I know the biggest theory is the whole plague thing. No, sorry. I was thinking of Ring Around the Rosie.
One of the theories for Red Rover is that it's has to do a lot with boats like tipping back and forth. In the Czech Republic, the game is known as something that translates to "the king sends out his army." with the difference that each team chooses which of its members will attempt to break the other team's line rather than sending the member called by the other team.
Actually, I like that game. That game sounds better. More chance
Anyways,
to win. Anyways, back to
uh,
Zenkaiger and not away from the history
that,
lesson.
back to the game that actually takes place this episode. Uh, so yeah, Kaito and Vroom are forced to retreat from the game of Onigoko because they can't fight the monster, and uh, even if they try to use ranged weaponry, it won't necessarily work if people get in their way. And Vroom ends up getting tagged because of it. So now Kaido is forced to retreat on his own. And back at the restaurant, Yachan kind of scolds him for it, like, "What happened to you? You used to never get caught at this game. What happened?"
And in his defense, it's not just trying to not get
Yeah,
tagged at
it's
this
not
point.
just trying to not get away. And like the people that are affected by this are completely aware in their own state of mind. They just can't control their actions. They have to play the game. So like you get this scene of Kaito and Broom running from a crowd of people who are telling them like, "No, keep running, run faster. Drop the trash can. It won't help you. It'll still count if I touch it."
um, the one point of that initial chase that I enjoyed was Vroom trying to be Wiseru for a minute.
He's just
I'm a
standing against
wall.
a wall. I'm a
I'm a wall.
wall. Wall. Majin does come in and rescue Kaito with her magic by directing everyone else away. And so they come up with their plan. Like, yeah, Majin has magic. She can keep the crowd at bay so that we can focus on fighting the monster. Great plan, everyone. And then Vroom walks into the restaurant like, "Why did you guys come back here? I know about this hiding spot."
Just like the sound of disappointment in his voice is like, you are the dumbest
you
people I've ever
you fucked up. This
met.
I'm sorry. I want to feel bad for you, but I can't. I'm only disappointed. So Majin gets caught, so that entire plan gets thrown out the window.
Like the course of events in this episode, while being completely asinine, are played out very well in terms of, hey, we came up with a plan. Shit, that plan's not going to work now. Hey, we came up with another plan. Crap, that one's not going to work either now. Like the events shifting to, which basically leads to the way the episode ends with the final fight. It plays out legitimately as if, again, instead of this being a show we're watching, this is something that would actually happen. Ignoring the whole monster aspect of it. And magic being a thing.
So when the monster reappears because Boss Man told him to, uh,
Dumbass.
you get this great scene of all like they're all like trying to do their like transformation and roll call and such while like running away from each
Away from
other.
each other.
Like Rome and Majin are still like doing like the roll call and stuff, but are also still trying to tag them.
I love the time them doing the whole timeout so they could pose.
It didn't work.
No, it didn't.
And then the monster taunts them for being so disorganized.
It's his own damn fault.
But then Duran's like, here, I'll take him on head on while you distract the others. And then the monster's like, haha, rocket hands, tag.
I mean, I get Duran's argument of screw you, you're
That
cheating.
that shouldn't count.
But at the same time, you're using range shit too.
Also, monsters play by their own rules.
Yeah.
Street rules. I skipped over this, but Kaido also has a heartfelt conversation with Flint where she regrets not stopping the brothers. And Kaido explains, like, well, it's not your fault they rushed at the monster. She goes, no, not this time. I should have stopped
Last
them back then when we were at SD World. If I had, they wouldn't have been cursed.
which that's fair a little bit, but there's no guarantee that, her stopping or inputting herself in the middle of that would have actually solved anything.
Basically, she regrets that she didn't try.
Yeah, which is fair.
Kaido also shows off the gears that he has, like the ones that his parents made. And that gives Flint an idea. Uh, she ends up replicating them, making ones that her brother can use.
Which leads to a very big question that Kaito's dumbass didn't ask.
How?
Yeah, how? My parents made these. How in the hell did you do this? Do you know my parents?
They already have gears that they stole from Toji Tendo, so she
Right, but
she probably just reverse engineered them and used the concept from the other gears that they didn't have to inspire her to make more. Like, here, I've made new gears. These ones will grant my brother sixth member powers.
because it's always six member powers.
Well, he's the sixth member. What do you want?
I know, but I get him having his own set of gears, but at the same time, there are many Sentais that have six members. So Kaito using his gear should technically affect him too. But this is just,
The idea
we
is
get to
that
play
these
more
gears
with
were
the
made out
gear.
of the core five because that every team has that.
Well,
Or well,
most
not
teams.
necessarily the core five, but like the core team.
Yeah,
But not every
which is
Sentai has
fair.
those add-ons.
Which is fair. It's just, I don't know, the it's part of why I liked Rio Soldier, because aside from his weaponry, his powers work the same. He could use any of them.
Right. He had a gun instead of a sword, right?
Yeah, and that was it. That was the only difference. Like, and I was okay with that because it it broke the mold of the Sentai of having that sixth member have his own unique power source, own unique um, abilities slash power ups. It's like no, they were all interchangeable.
Sure, he still had the power-ups that only he used, but that was because he just happened to be the one to have it.
Right. Because I mean, he used didn't he use the fire one at some point?
Probably.
'Cause I'm pretty sure he did. I know Black used that one a lot, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's like
because
it wasn't just
they did the trade episode where Black was like, the only one I'm interested in is that one because that's the only one we have.
right.
Oh yeah, and speaking of history gears, we get Goseiger this episode, and I was like, what are they gonna do? The fucking card thing? Yes, actually.
Like I was trying to figure out like what it would do, like beyond like lift the enemy up because wind psychic power.
Nope,
to
wind.
lift the enemy. And I was like, I just thought it was just going to activate the ability the way every other gear they've used has done, except for two. But no, this is just one of those. Hey, by the way, Toei, we still have props.
Also, I know Kaito wasn't part of that Sentai to do those things, but like he didn't do it right. With the
Eh,
I this is literally just a nitpick, but uh what he did was he held out the cards like Wind Drive Cardo, and then he puts in the thing saying Tenzo, and then he closes it to activate it, which is technically incorrect. That's not how they did it back in Goseiger. Uh,
eh.
if you didn't watch that show, they opened up the thing first, like Tensoder. Then they said the name of the card as they were putting it in and said Tenzo as they closed it to activate it.
And you're probably one of five people that remembered that.
Uh, it doesn't even matter. And I don't actually care that much, but it was there, and I saw it again, and I had completely forgotten until it just flashed by my eyes. I would not have brought it up otherwise. So yeah, Galwan gets tagged from behind. So that just leaves Kaito, um, who can't really fight the monster and try to dodge his friends all at the same time. But then Sukaiser comes in with his new gears. And I have to say, when he first used the Geki Ranger 1 and got the Geki Chopper tool, I was confused until we got the explanation. I was like, wait, where the fuck did that come from? Do you just have these?
Honestly, I think that would have been like they could have gone that route and just chalked it up to the whole Gokaiger thing, and then being pirates that they just happened to find these while they were in Toei Tendo, because we already have proof that they were at Toei Tendo, and Kaito's parents were apparently at Toei Tendo, so they could have just found them then. Like his parents made the gears back on Earth, hid them, and then can just continue to work on them in secret. And they found them while they're there. Could have been easily plausible, but no, we just get the whole. Oh yeah, he gave me an idea.
Uh,
Now, watching him do the dynamic chop was great.
right. And doing it to turn off the switch that ends the game.
Which again, none of this would have happened if Bakawas would have let him stay at the base. So we finally have a plan that 100% fails because of the big bad and his ants in his pants.
Need
Well,
to
he's a wallet. He's a wall. It's probably termites.
need to check something. Um, so when he used Kiki Ranger, yeah, okay. So when he uses the a 6-member gears, his gun is like Sentaiger, a Sentai Revolution.
I mean, it's kind of appropriate given the fact of some of the sixth members. Because some of them did try to show up and change a lot of shit.
Hmm. So they defeat the monster on the ground, and it's time for the giant monster fight. Uh, he restarts the game attack, but this time whoever is tagged turns into a bomb, and it's like a game of hot potato. Uh, and now
This is
Sukaiser brings out, teases us his mech, rather. He doesn't bring out the full thing. Riki and Katana have their own, like, vehicles they drive.
I was disappointed we didn't get the mech, but I liked what we got.
Right. They're slowly bringing it in. Still getting those toy sales in, but still telling the story they want to tell. One of them gets tagged, and so like Riki and Katan keep competing with each other, like tagging each other back, like no, you blow up, no, you blow up. And Kaido turns back to the monster, like, well, wait, if we just defeat him first, then it won't matter. Uh, but instead, because everyone stopped paying attention to Riki and Katana, they flew around and snuck up behind the monster to tag him from behind.
The best part of this entire fight for me was watching Kaito go.
Right, like, as he
And
realized, like,
everybody's
this is
looking
gonna
at
be a
him.
loud one. Like, the Kikai noise just slowly backing away, like, nope, not doing this.
There's something idiotic and charming about watching two people in helmets go like this. Like it's gonna do anything.
Reminds me of the Akiba Ranger one where like they watch the explosion and like they like jump in the air and like yell turns the camera like
I like when things make us remember Akiba Ranger. I want season 3, damn it.
uh, let's see if Zenkai Red returns.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I just remembered one of my favorite gags from Lupin Ranger. The very first time Goody combines their mechs together and they're both teams are piloting it. You had Kaito, not Kaito, Kairi and Keiichiro in the cockpit together, and they're like bickering with each other like they do. And Kairi is just like, "Quit yelling! You're getting spit on me." Keiichiro's just like, "Oh, sorry." Realize he's wearing a helmet. How could I?
This is the reason why I love these type of shows.
Oh,
It's like no matter how serious they get, they're just fun.
yeah.
And I give Toei credit; they know how to have fun.
And big surprise at the end, Riki and Katana were faking that last fight with the bomb so that they could go around unnoticed to tag the monster from behind. It was the plan.
Which, good plan. And in terms of siblings, it again something that would actually happen. Especially if death is involved. You know, to overcome a challenge, most siblings will work together. Most.
And then, as the pirates fly away, Vroom asks the obvious question. Wait, she made gears base of ours. Did she steal our technology?
Fucking pirates.
What a dangerous pirate.
Uh,
And then we end on Ichirude teasing us with Stacy's new mech. Because that's clearly what that is.
oh yeah, 100%. then we get the preview that shows it, and it's like, oh, you just ruined the surprise, asshole.
Also, Kaido's wearing a red jacket in the preview.
Not his normal blue and
Not yeah, like he normally wears the white jacket, but he's wearing a red one in the preview, and it's weird.
okay. So 11 episodes, and that's the one thing you find weird.
Yeah, it's a costume change. The, I'm sorry, have you not seen this show? When you have an associated color, you wear that color.
Right, which I get, but
Kaido wears a white jacket, right?
yeah,
But
with the
next
blue,
next week he's wearing a red jacket. Why?
maybe his white one's in the wash. I don't know. I don't have an excuse for that.
Uh,
But no, I hate the fact that they showed Stacy's mech in the preview. I don't care that it was first, but second.
they also show Sukaiser's mech.
Yeah, like that one makes sense. You've been teasing that for a couple of
Couple
episodes.
episodes, yeah.
And while we knew Stacy's mech was a thing, there's been no real teasing beyond the fact that EJ Rude had a very big plan.
I
No,
mean, it's Japan. It's not a spoiler, it's advertising.
right. But to me, it's just Jesus. We all know it's coming, but at least hold out on it. Especially if you're doing the cliffhanger tease of, "Ooh, what is he building?" and then you throw it in our face in a
I mean,
preview.
they give you a flash of it in construction. He's clearly building a giant robot.
Yes, I mean to be fair, he built a bunch of them,
And then,
considering that's what the Kudai
but
start.
but then it also does a flash of Stacy, clearly indicating like this is for Stacy.
Right, because who else would it have been for?
So why are you upset that they show us?
I know, it just bothers me. Like that type of thing has always bothered me. Like if you want to do the whole dramatic cliffhanger, which that's what that's for, that's the dramatic cliffhanger.
But it's not a cliffhanger to make you wonder what it is. Like they clearly want you to know what it is.
Right, but then let us wait a week for the actual to see the actual thing.
No, get hype.
That's what them showing that little bit they did was for. They didn't need to throw it in the preview too.
Also, next week is a snail monster.
Which actually may not be next week.
Oh,
Preempt. I forget what for.
we already had golf week, right?
I don't
I
know.
I I do this every year. I do this every year. I forget when golf week is.
Okay, so let's see. That was okay. So never mind. We get one more episode. The snail one is the one before. Yeah, so we get one more episode, and then it'll be.
We take a break for.
I forget what it was. I saw that it was. I saw what it was listed as, but then it disappeared.
Oh well, it's not that important. The important thing is we're gonna be taking a break.
Yeah, it'll be down for a week.
Speaking of taking breaks, uh, Toei is kind of cracking down on uh, Western fan subs. Uh,
And and to be fair, it's not the fact that it's being subtitled.
it's the
That's not the issue.
it's the availability that's the issue. Uh,
Yeah, it them putting out the entire basically their
now,
product with our stuff on it.
now, Toei didn't. this wasn't really an issue before because there this show didn't exist over here, like outside of the Power Rangers adaptation, which is a different show. Uh, so it's like, hey, this is the only way we can consume the media. But that's changing. Toei is acknowledging their Western market and is taking initiatives towards that.
And in Toei's defense, it's kind of our fault.
Yeah, the fact that we're doing this opened their eyes to the
Well,
fact that
it was us doing this plus us constantly responding to them on Twitter and everything else.
and we don't mean
And they're going
us specifically. We mean the
just
entire
the
fandom.
community,
We
yeah, the
There
fandom
are
in general.
Reddit threads dedicated to this. You got people going up on Twitter about this. Like the discussions are there if you just look.
Right. Like, and it's why Bluefin had that YouTube video for like all of 2 weeks with Hirobi and Naki thanking the fans in the West. But at the same time, it's Toei's basically going, yeah, no, we know you guys are watching this. We don't care, but now we're starting to license stuff and
Yeah,
stop emailing us about it. Like, because we kept throwing ourselves into the conversations on stuff,
right. It's like, oh,
and
all right, fine. You can get on the bus, but you're gonna have to buy a ticket.
right, which is 100% fair and legitimate. Like I can't in any way hold anything against Toei. It's perfectly within their rights to do so. Um,
So yeah, our
the
free ride might be coming to an end.
um, Now there are places that are still releasing subtitles, but there's no video. So have fun with that.
Yeah, as long as we still have access, we'll continue to do the podcast. But if we lose that access, then we won't be able to talk about the episodes.
Right, which will be very disappointing. I mean, if nothing else, we have like 20 years worth of Sentai and Rider we can go back and talk about. Um, but the only issue I have with Toei going, you guys have to stop doing this, is outside of 01, what's the newest Rider show that they've licensed in the U.S. in any way? And that's
Rider?
including you. That's including YouTube.
Uh, Ryuki.
Decade, decade, isn't it?
Decade? I don't know.
Is
Amazon's?
it not? Decade is on their what do you call
Amazon's
it?
is on Amazon.
Is it actually on American?
I don't know.
Because I know there for a while it wasn't. Um, but I know they've started putting up Decade on YouTube. But again, it's a handful of episodes, and there's no guarantee that it's going to actually be fully licensed in the U.S. at any point. Not saying it won't, given um, Shout Factory's overall plan. But if it does, like, and it gets to a point where all the fan subs stop doing the
Yeah.
subtitles and everything else, I will be highly irritated if I have to wait 10 years to watch the rest of Zenkaiger.
So, yeah, Amazon is available for Americans with Amazon Prime. It is titled Amazon Riders, and the description calls it the fourth production in the Kamen Rider series.
Well, that's very wrong.
That is so easily provable wrong. It would take a single Google search to know that that is wrong. It's not even a mainline series entry, it's literally a side entry.
Right. But if we're going off of the shows that were licensed in the US, you have Saban's Masked Rider, which doesn't count. We have Kamen Rider Dragon Knight.
I would also argue that that does not count.
I would say it counts at least, and I'm just focusing on America. I would say it counts because it is titled
But
Kamen Rider.
uh, yeah, it does specifically say the fourth production in the Kamen Rider series.
Right. So Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, Kamen Rider, and Kamen Rider Kuga would be the other three that are licensed in the U.S. And Amazon's would have been the fourth one to get licensed, fourth continuity wise to be licensed in the U.S.
Um, I was
Even
gonna.
though it is just a side series and obviously clearly not number four. But yeah, like this is one of those we'll continue to do the best we can to be able to watch the episodes and review them. But if it comes to a point where it has to stop, we gonna figure other stuff to talk about, one way or the other.
Uh, so thanks for joining us tonight, everybody, and we'll see you next week, probably, maybe.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll see you next week. And stop emailing Toei hate mail, you bastards.
Addendum: stop sending hate mail.
Yeah, yeah, just at all, anywhere.
There's no excuse for it, no matter how angry you are.
And remember, you can't be a Kamen Rider or a member of Super Sentai if you're full of hate.
Unless you want to be a villain rider, but you know how many of them live.
Yeah, I don't think any of them do.
Bye.
Don't get Rider Kid, kids.